At 2:17 a.m., the email simply read, "I made it out. Don't follow." She was never heard from again. No one knows what she made it out of, or why following would be fatal. The riverside city of Strasbourg, France, glows in the golden dusk of April 2019. The half-timbered buildings dazzle with color against the icy reflection of the Ill River. It's spring, a season of new beginnings. And for American exchange student Jessica Lynn, just shy of her 21st birthday, everything felt possible. Fluent in French and German, meticulous with her journals, Jess was one of those students professors called a natural explorer, smart, inquisitive, almost magnetically kind. She had arrived 3 months earlier. By all accounts, Jess immersed herself in the student life, study sessions over coffee, weekend train trips to Basel, and late-night hostel conversations. Her parents, Ming and Oscar Lin, received regular emails, most filled with small victories or xenophobic frustrations, never anything but candid honesty. Jess joked that she was collecting European nightmares and pastries in equal measure. Her best friend back home, Tessa Delgado, followed Jess's trip obsessively. Their WhatsApp thread spanned thousands of messages, selfies on Strasbourg's cobblestones, photos of a cherished red duffel bag, and frantic notes about finals and dating Frenchmen. If Jess was ever unhappy, she never admitted it. If she made enemies, she never mentioned them. Jessica's course load was ambitious: a senior thesis about lost Cold War archives, a seminar in forensic linguistics. But her favorite, by far, was Dr. Leclerc's elective, Digital Ghosts and the Stranger's Trail. Here, students were challenged to trace internet rabbit holes for real-life mysteries, sometimes with fieldwork. Dr. Leclerc himself was a character: vivid green suit jackets, hair like Albert Einstein after a windstorm, and a reputation for stories that blur the border between fact and fable. Jess, always the diligent one, chose her case early: a decades-old student disappearance in Berlin that haunted local folklore. She wrote,
"If I'm lost, at least you'll know where to start looking."
But Strasbourg was more than classrooms. In the studious corners of the Bibliothèque Nationale, Jess and new friends, Anna, a Polish law student, Hari, an Indian programmer, traded whispers about old city secrets. There were the rumors about the ghost train that ran out of Gare Centrale at 3 a.m., carrying only the lost and the desperate, its windows blacked out, its destination unknown. Yet the haunts and hazy stories never really touched Jess. She was always on the periphery, not the participant.
"My nightmares are strictly about grades,"
she teased Anna one night. In early April, Jess was given her first real assignment: track a vanished international student from 20 years ago using only digital clues. She took the challenge seriously, spending nights poring over court files, old chat rooms, even local police FOIA documents. She treated it like a scavenger hunt.
"Every story,"
she said in her video vlog,
"is a missing piece waiting to be found."
The days leading up to April 11th were uneventful, though Jess's emails home grew slightly more cryptic. She mentioned someone watching in the library, though she brushed it off as a joke. She asked Tessa what she'd do if she suspected someone had duplicated her keys. Ming Lin, worried, called, but Jess assured him, "Don't panic, Dad. Everyone's restless during finals." On the evening of April 11th, Anna invited Jess for drinks at Café Broglie. Jess declined, saying she needed to work late on her project. Anna later said Jess seemed jittery and tired, but not panicked. Hari remembered Jess sighing about French bureaucracy, and one line, repeated several times, "I keep feeling like people know I'm watching them." That night, Jess's roommate, Marcella, returned after midnight to find the apartment dark. Jess's red duffel bag was missing, her laptop unplugged. Her corkboard, usually filled with notes and pictures, was stripped bare, all but one sticky note.
If I disappear, find the endings. Don't follow the instructions.
Marcella assumed Jess was at the library. She texted. No reply. At 2:17 a.m. on April 12th, Ming Lin received a single-sentence email from Jess.
I made it out. Don't follow.
It was sent from a VPN address, a digital mask that made tracking impossible. The family, friends, and university never heard from Jess again. Strasbourg awoke to rain the morning Jess vanished. The first rays crept across student apartments, dampening window ledges and washing away yesterday's footprints. In apartment number 4B, Marcella paced and called out for Jess, increasingly unsettled by the unanswered texts. Normally, Jess replied, even at dawn. By 8 a.m., university administrators received a panicked call from Ming Lin in California. Ming's voice was calm but strained, the kind of quiet that comes after a long night spent searching for clues you hope aren't there. Tessa, meanwhile, was already deep into detective mode. She organized a group chat with Jess's friends abroad, Anna, Hari, Marcella, and a pair of students from Jess's seminar. Screenshots of Jess's last WhatsApp messages flew across the world.
Can you check my mail slot for anything weird? If anyone asks you about me, just tell them I'm in Basel. Do you think you notice things, or do things notice you?
The messages, odd in isolation, took on new weight with Jess's disappearance. They sparkled with a nervous energy, like someone teetering on the edge of a decision, the kind that might change everything. The French police arrived at Jess's apartment just after noon. Strasbourg's missing persons unit was, by national standard, thorough. Officers took photos of the stripped corkboard, the absence of the red duffel, and the sticky note.
If I disappear, find the endings. Don't follow the instructions.
Detective Céline Vautrin became lead investigator. Fluent in English, she explained later in an interview how every trace felt intentional, almost staged. Students disappear, yes, but rarely without a story left behind. Police combed through Jess's digital footprint, her university laptop, VPN proxy logs, phone records. They found searches in the days before. Student missing Berlin 1998. VPN trace France. Strasbourg security cameras. But her phone? Left behind and wiped. Hard reset. The last Wi-Fi ping was at Place Kleber at 1:01 a.m. Dr. Leclerc, sensing his student's fate was entangled with the class project, provided Jess's research notes to authorities. Her dossier on the vanished Berlin student, Ava Stein, 1998, was meticulous and strange. In a folder labeled Possible Endings, Jess wrote, "To disappear without a trace, you must become a stranger to your own story. Never leave a pattern except in the minds of those who care." Ava, the Berlin student, had also sent one final message. "I have gone where I shouldn't. Don't search." Jess's thesis explored digital echo chambers, patterns in disappearances, and methods to erase one's path. In her vlog, she mused,
Maybe the real ghost stories are the trails we leave digitally. Maybe we curate our own hauntings.
The investigation grew more surreal the deeper it went. Campus CCTV footage from between 11:45 p.m. and 2:30 a.m. showed Jess walking toward Gare Centrale, her duffel slung over her shoulder. But after 1:30 a.m., the cameras glitched out. Witnesses claimed the ghost train urban legend was just that, a story. Yet multiple phantom departure incidents were reported throughout the spring. Unscheduled trains recorded only as code names in the SNCF logs. Anna received a postcard 2 days after the disappearance with 4 words, "No return address." "I am not a ghost." Detective Vautrin traced the VPN Jess used. It ran through 3 hops, Geneva, Budapest, finally rerouting to Berlin. Locals there reported no sighting, but border data showed a passport check at 3:37 a.m. under Jess's name. Then, nothing. The messages hinted at a hidden underground network, offering refuge to those seeking to vanish from past lives. A shadowy community of ghosts who had meticulously erased their tracks through layers of technology and social bonds. Jess's final post in this sequence warned,
To disappear is not to die, it is to shed a story that no longer fits.
Friends, family, and followers watched the investigation unfold with a mix of hope and despair. Had Jess found sanctuary, or was this a final digital testament before disappearing for good? On June 14th, an anonymous tip led Berlin police to a small, nearly abandoned hostel. Inside, they found the remnants of a life hastily left behind. Notebooks filled with Jess's neat handwriting, a worn backpack matching the missing red duffel, and a laptop still logged into the encrypted forum. No Jessica was present. The key revelation came from the analysis of Jess's thesis and diaries. She had been deliberately planning her disappearance as a profound experiment. One half academic pursuit, one half escape from an invisible enemy only she perceived. The someone watching in Strasbourg was never conclusively identified, spurring speculation from paranoia to real threat. More haunting was the discovery of a final unsent email draft on her laptop. If I am found, remember, sometimes the only way to survive is to become the ghost others fear. The university officially closed the case as a voluntary disappearance with unresolved questions regarding Jess's safety and whereabouts. Her parents returned home carrying the weight of not knowing but comforted by the belief their daughter was alive somewhere, on her own terms. Her friends, Anna, Hari, and Marcella, while devastated, found a bittersweet solace in Jess's legacy. Her relentless curiosity, her courage to confront darkness, and her refusal to be defined by others. In the months after, Jessica Lynn's story sparked a broader conversation on the digital age's double-edged sword. The power to track, and the equally potent power to vanish. Academics debated ethical questions about privacy, the right to disappear, and the boundaries of personal sovereignty in an increasingly surveilled world. The legal landscape grappled with cases like Jess's, where technology blurs the line between voluntary disappearance and forced disappearance, complicating rescue efforts and human rights assessments. Don't forget to subscribe to Real Mystery Reports for more strange, dark, and profoundly human stories. New true mysteries every day.